pizza guy.
You're not pizza. Who are you guys?
Road trips! Today on Road Trips, we head for the Oregon coast to check out what's in the city of Seaside. Vehicle for this episode, 1984 Buick Regal Limited. And cast for this edition, myself, Todd Hilton, and also joining me is Mr. Chris DeBois. The maps are out and the camera's rolling, so now, let's hit the road. And hello everyone, welcome to this edition of Nowhere Videos Road Trips. I'm Todd Hilton.
And I'm Chris DeBois.
And in this episode, we're going to be taking you to a nice little spot on the Oregon coast, a quaint little town called Seaside.
And while we're there, first on our stop is going to be the Seaside Historical Society.
It's hilarious. You ought to... No. It's
great.
Yeah, it's great. It's the Historical Society Museum. One of the attractions there in Seaside. I've actually been reading up on it recently. It sounds like an interesting place to check out. A lot of Indian artifacts, and they've got apparently what was like the first cottage, first house there in the area, as I understand it. So that's something we're going to check out.
And second on the list is the Seaside Aquarium.
Yes. It's a place that the last time I visited, I was just a kid, and I barely remember it. So that should be interesting to check out. I think you said you've seen it here in the last few years.
I've seen it here in the last few years. It's changed a bit.
If I understand correctly, you can actually interact with some of the smaller marine life there, so it'd be a good place to take the kids. So with that, that's going to kick off our trip, and we're going to get in the car and head for the coast.
So we'll see you there.
Okay, folks, we are off. We are currently heading. Well, let's go to the map. I'll show you where we're at. Just leaving Klatskanai. We're heading west on Highway 30 to our destination, which is Seaside, Oregon. And we're going to be heading for our first attraction, which is, what is the actual name of that place anyway?
The first one?
Yeah, first place, the museum there.
We're going to what's called the Seaside Museum and Historical Society.
Okay.
Which,
That's nothing.
you know, yeah, not a lot of Indians. I guess the Clatsop Indians. I would assume it's Clatsop County.
Yeah.
So the Clatsop Indians, and just pretty much a cottage, and I don't know, whatever a linotype is.
Yeah, that I haven't figured out.
The 1920s linotype.
I don't know if that has something to do with like a printing press or something. I guess we'll find that out when we get there. I don't think we could have asked for a better day to do this. It's sunny. It's hotter than crap.
Well, yeah, when we're in a car that you have to have the windows up and the AC don't work.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a little bit warm in here.
Yeah, it's July when we're taping this, so it's
sun's
warm.
kind of a planetary epidemic.
Yes.
Yeah.
So as it sits now, you know, our third season is kind of spread out here over a long period of time. As it sits now, it's been a while since you and I have done a trip together, just the two of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the heck was the last trip we did? We did Salem.
Yeah, slalom.
Slalom, yeah. It was slalom. We're heading for the state capital of Salmon.
Salmon. Nobody accuses us of being able to read anyway.
Right. Which is why you have the Road Trips Bible, so...
Yeah.
So in order to interpret there. But yeah, Seaside has always been a popular attraction for not only the local Oregonians, but a lot of people from Northwest, and hell, probably a lot of people from all over the West Coast. Very popular tourist attraction.
Yeah, in my opinion, as being a guy who kind of grew up in Oregon and lived in Washington, in my opinion, Oregon has the best coast.
Yeah.
Washington's just a little bit tad rocky.
When we took our trip in the second season to Newport, just the drive along the coastline was just incredible. You drive through Lincoln City, Depot Bay, and then we finally ended up down in Newport, and yeah, it's a sight to see.
Yeah.
I mean, you can stop at like every viewpoint there is, and take a half a roll of pictures or something, But for your viewers' sake, wouldn't you rather sit down and watch a quality program from us? No, I've been really pleased.
Then going out and spending money to watch iRobot?
Yeah.
Go figure.
That bad, huh?
I don't know. The movie looks pretty good.
Oh. Alrighty then.
Hey, I was plugging your show. Shut up.
No, we've had quite an experience doing road trips. We've seen a lot of cool places. Definitely a plus for us has been we've gotten into a lot of these attractions for free.
Hey, you wanna?
So if you put a few extra letters in the front of that,
Mary?
would you? Yeah, marijuana. Isn't that a pot mill up here?
Yes, I believe so.
Questionable edit.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
make cast iron pots.
Yeah, they make cast iron pots there.
Plastic pots.
Don't ask.
Sorry, gotta have a window open. I'm kind of roasting here. We need some kind of cross draft.
Fresh roasted co-host.
Yeah.
Speaking of cross draft, we are going past the paper mill here.
Yeah, maybe I'd rather not have my window down.
In Westport here. It suddenly occurred to me that this just stinks.
This whole trip stinks.
This whole trip just stinks. If you choose to go on this trip, you may want to take a different route. Actually, if you take a different route, you'd be going quite a bit out of your way. So yeah, there's always the Washington side, which I don't recommend.
But yeah, it's not really a lot to look at.
Yeah, and it's longer than crap. I've went that route a few times, and it's like, on the Oregon side, you go from, say, Rainier to Astoria, takes, 45 minutes, an hour. If you go Washington side, say Longview to Astoria, it takes about, 2 hours.
Yeah.
There's a Nat Creek campground. I didn't even know there was such a thing.
Yeah, there's Nat Creek Fishery, Nat Creek.
Yeah.
Nat Creek Campground.
Shows you how much I pay attention. What?
Well, usually when you're headed up this direction, you're thinking about the coast, you're thinking about how much rays you can suck down, or how many beers you can get in you.
How many? And believe me, there's beers to be had. No, there's a lot of cool stuff to see on the Oregon coast.
It's not just a day at the beach, as the ad says.
Right.
Yeah. Not just a day at the beach.
Well, yeah, because you got all the cool towns along the way. You got all the viewpoints you can stop at.
I mean, you've seen one ocean. You've seen them all.
Oh yeah.
Viewpoints. Well, we're not just talking now. We're talking about everything there is to do in Seaside in general.
Yes.
All the surrounding areas. Astoria is a good old fishing town.
Yeah.
Really good for historical points of view. I mean,
definitely.
Lots of movies in Hollywood were filmed right there in Astoria.
Oh, yeah. That's something we've talked a lot about.
So there's actually a lot to see when you get up here around the coastal areas of Oregon.
Yeah.
There's nothing to run out of seeing.
Let's go back to the map. We are about here. We just passed the junction for Brownsmead. Actually used to have had a friend of mine used to live out there. Actually, James Marshall, the co-creator of the Hilton's and Marshalls Supermobile, which as some of you might know, is the icon for Nowhere Video. There used to actually be a go-kart that looked like our computer graphic, and he lived out there, and we spent a lot of good times out there, messed around in the woods and gravel roads and all sorts of stuff. Okay, we are entering the town of
Big
Napa.
Creek? Oh, Napa?
Yeah, this is Napa.
So I just see a sign that says Big Creek there. It's a big creek.
That's original.
Yeah. Big river.
Yeah, big river.
You think? Have it?
Gun club.
Of course, every small town's got to have a gun club.
Yeah.
Former members of the NRA.
Yeah. Guns don't kill people. I do.
Yeah.
Here's the business district of Napa. Actually, the Logger restaurant there that we're just passing, they got some pretty
Big
good food there.
burger.
Yeah. You eating there?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That's my favorite place to eat on the way up.
They've got some good grub there.
Okay, let's change the subject.
What were we going at?
Let's look at our map.
Let's
see where we're at.
Yes, we are
Getting closer. Yeah.
Yes, we're getting closer. We're actually not too far from Astoria.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
We're
you can tell by the houses that are down close to the water.
Yeah.
They're all older looking. That you could tell most of them are somewhat on like stilts.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
They all have that look,
and it's pretty easy to tell when you're getting close to Astoria.
They're all either like on the water, close to the water, or they're way up in the hill. You can see them, but they're like way up above you.
Yeah. And 90% of the houses are like I don't know, room shelter things, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like they've got a lot of bed and breakfast kind of places.
Like they used to be just one big house, and now they're like apartments. I noticed that the last time I went through Astoria. Our setup for road trips is getting a little old. And what I mean by that is it's aging. The stuff is starting to fail on us.
It's went beyond its years.
Yeah, we've. Well, I'm trying to think, because I actually integrated this particular setup where we have our monitor and the camera, and they're both running off the car's power instead of their own power since the second season, and so that's been going on about 4 years that this setup has been used.
It's a long time to be constantly using the same equipment.
Yeah. And
you not only use it for road trips, mind you, you use it. It's an all-around general purpose kind of thing.
Yeah. And it's not so much the equipment; it's the accessories, like the camera that we use for inside the car. It has to be that camera because that's the only one that we can put our wide-angle lens on.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Okay, we've just entered Astoria.
I was just gonna say, I don't know if you noticed, it like dropped like 10 degrees.
It dropped 10 degrees, and all of a sudden there's no sun anymore.
Yeah. I hope that's not a bad sign.
No, actually, that's not. That's a good sign. It's cooler on the coast.
Yes.
It's not going to be dragging you down as much.
And I still see patches of blue sky up there, so.
And believe it or not, guys, you're walking out on that sand can reflect a lot of light.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
So
yeah, and
it's better for us to kind of have it this way.
I speak from experience. If you're going to go down on the beach, if it's a bright sunny day, you can get burnt just quicker than crap.
They call that flash burn, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Roofers get that all the time.
When the last regular episode of the first season, Mr. Dan Bradley and I took you to Long Beach, Washington.
I'm sorry.
For the Kite Festival.
I'm sorry.
And by the time we got done doing that show, both of us looked like lobsters. We were burnt to a crisp. It wasn't apparent during the show, but I tell you what, we paid for that one. I was hurting for quite a while. And I know one. I can tell you one thing. I have not been burnt that bad since. I mean, to the point where it hurt to walk. You know, my skin was on fire. I mean, it hurt to move my arms and my legs. Basically, I got the backs of my legs burnt. You know, right behind your knees. That hurts. That's not a place you want to be.
I've been burnt so bad on the shoulders, arms, and legs. I've had blisters, literally.
Yeah.
that is not fun.
No.
Because all you can do is just sit there and go, oh. That's all you can do.
Oh.
Oh.
Did we cross a time zone or something? Or?
I don't know.
Not now.
Traveling.
So now it's all like cloudy and overcast. That's weird. And it all happened in just a couple mile stretch.
Yeah, no kidding. It's like you look out upon the hills of Astoria, or actually I should probably say Washington.
Yeah, that's Washington.
And it's just cloudy.
Weird.
Actually, it looks nice to go out, hang around the streets here. Looks nice.
Yeah. And it...
A trolley car. Yeah, let's go.
I tell you what, Astoria has changed a lot since...
When we were kids, yeah, I remember, you know, it's like coming through, spending time on the coast, and it's grown up.
Even since the first season of road trips. This stuff all through here, none of this was here.
Yeah.
This motel back here we just passed wasn't here. This Safeway wasn't here. They just finished this here recently, within the last few months. We are entering the city of Warrenton. Warrenton. Here on the Oregon coast. And actually, we're not too far away from our final destination.
Fort Stevens.
Which is Fort Stevens. No, actually, no. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. You know, that's another reason why the show just has to end, because it's going to get to a point where...
You're running out of places to go.
Running out of places to go. Help us. We've gotten no help from viewing audience. No, it's just... I feel like we've exhausted all the known tourist attractions. Okay, we're actually going out the backside of Warrenton here.
11 miles to go.
Good. I think technically we are now. Are we actually on 101 now?
I think so.
We jumped from Highway 30 to 101. I'm pretty sure we have.
Well, Highway 30 basically ended as soon as we were over the bridge. Or as soon as we got on it, actually. So.
Well, I guess that's one important thing that our map shows us. Okay, I don't know...
Where we are.
Yeah, I don't know what they call this area.
Albertson
Golf Course. Well, it's bad enough they jack up the prices on groceries. Now they got to jack up the prices on golf.
No big Del Rey?
Del Rey. Or is that... No, I think that's a park. That's a state park.
Oh. Is it?
There's so many of these in-between towns, you know, in-between towns and areas, you know, I don't know what to make of them.
Highlands Ocean View.
Okay, yeah, that's a state park there. Del Rey. Mi Faso or Latin or something like that.
Oh no, I saw a sign that said Seaside, so I don't know if we're technically...
you may want to grab our other map. Actually, I'll grab it because I can see it.
Okay.
Okay. And we're actually going to be upside... Let's go with the map. No, not this one. We're going to be looking at that, I'm assuming, upside down.
First of all, where in the heck is the highway in relative position to where we are?
Well, we're on 101. So like I said, I'm assuming that this is north. Okay, we're entering Gearhart, which is basically a suburb of Seaside, I guess you'd call it. We should be coming from up there. Well, I guess we'll know as soon as we get into town. We'll start seeing the signs for the numbered streets.
Yeah.
So it'll all make sense in the end here.
Yeah. Gearhart Lane.
Gearhart by the sea.
Okay, let me know when we start passing 15th, 14th,
yeah,
so on.
Because I've drawn our route there on the map.
Oh, okay. I see where we're going now. Okay.
This is an oops because we're going to be turning right here.
Okay.
That's where we need to be.
We're going along Neon Nikium?
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Nekanikium? Nekanukium?
Nekanuki.
Okay, technically we're in Seaside right now.
Okay, we are entering Seaside. Seaside by the sea. Okay, we're gonna need to turn on
12th.
12th? Okay. It's a Wabi Sabi Gallery.
And you want to turn right.
Yeah. I'm assuming that, I'm assuming that,
Coming this way.
That's north. Yeah, so. Well, yeah, duh, because there's the ocean. Duh.
We can't be coming from this way, yeah.
This is 24th
This
here.
way.
Yeah, we've got a little ways to go then. Dude, the ocean's over there.
Oh, okay. See, that's what I was wanting to know. Where the hell we headed?
Yeah, ocean's over there. So
Okay.
just like the. Can you read a map?
Well, no, I'd say a relative position. Okay, as a fixed focal point, we are in Oregon. As of Oregon, the water is on the left side.
Right.
You're telling me the ocean's over here. That is not possible.
That's not possible because the map says it's here.
So the first one, right on 12th Street, will be Colonial Motor Inn. Lodging.
This is 12th. Okay. Okay, hanging a Roscoe on 12th, and then
You're looking for Neckanickum.
According to the map, it looks like it just curves around, or maybe not.
No.
No?
You go straight, and then one will say Neckanickum Drive.
Okay. I just passed Lincoln,
So we're going to the left.
and I just passed a Lincoln. How
Convenient.
appropriate. Yeah, how convenient. Yeah, don't you think that's just a little too convenient? Okay. This is Holiday, North Holiday Street. Okay.
What the hell?
Let me guess, you don't see Holiday.
Whoa, I'll see. I don't see. They can't label the streets properly.
Okay, now we're going over the river. Which,
Okay, I'm trying to figure out where we are stopping. On what?
There was a little pinpoint, see?
Okay, I couldn't tell if that was actually on the map or
Okay.
if it was you.
Neckanicum.
Mechanic?
Yeah, well, we'll ask. We'll put it that way. We'll ask.
Been here.
You been here?
Well, I've been
Fifth
everywhere in
Avenue
Seaside.
Inn, bed and breakfast. Passing that.
And we're looking for 6th Avenue.
Okay, we're passing 9th. I'm glad I printed that up. I wouldn't have known where the hell.
At least I think.
8th?
Like,
Yeah, it's actually, well, this is the address right there.
Okay, 570, so it's on 5th Avenue. 6th. Museum right
here. Okay, we're outside the Seaside Historical Society Museum, also the site of the Butterfield College, which is a historical house here in Seaside, one of the first built, I understand. And we're gonna take a step inside and see what we can find. Okay, we're inside the museum here, and they've got a lot of interesting exhibits to look at here. We're coming through a little campground setup here. This looks like it's a salt miner or salt makers campsite. Let's see. Actually, kind of cool. They got this little fire going here, but it's not real, but it looks pretty real. It's trying to figure it out. It's
Yeah, I had to double check. It looked
Yeah.
real to me.
well, yeah. If you look at it, it's something that's rotating there, and it's got light in there because you see the pattern of.
What's the background?
what
Looks like smoke.
Yeah, it's something that's spinning in there. That's pretty cool. Let's see. We continue on. Actually, they've got some boards here behind us that kind of go into some of the salt making process and where they were. As it looks like a lot of excerpts from Lewis and Clark's diaries, the different materials they needed to make the salt, and that's one giant stack of salt.
Seasoning anybody?
Yeah. Okay.
Moving on.
Moving on.
How you doing, dude?
This guy looks like he's carrying water, or what looks like water. How do they do that? Some kind of glue or something.
Like some kind of gunk.
Like they actually had a salt works site. Let's see, the Clatsop Indians ate salty flavored seafood and seaweed, and they did not use salt as a preservative for food. The people are the Clatsop Nehalem village had no use for the abandoned salt works site. It shows where this was at. Okay, present reconstruction of the saltworks site is where Jenny Michael indicated its location should be. Cartwright family donated the site to the Oregon Historical Society and the Seaside Lions Club, providing the funding to rebuild the furnace. In 1979, the Oregon Historical Society donated the site to the National Park Service and became part of the Fort Clatsop National Memorial. Aha. Been there. We've seen that. As we continue down the hallways here, we see some of the. Looks like we get into some of the like Indian and pioneer artifacts, things they use in everyday life there. Oh well, there you go. There's Jenny Michael. I wasn't even paying attention to the nameplate there, but that's her. That picture should actually be over there. Almost looks like the same bag, but not quite. Dude, check this out. Oh, that's cool. Oh, okay. We got fun stuff here, folks.
Oh, okay.
We got buttons. Okay.
All right, let's start
Okay,
with
so
this one.
here we have a. I'm assuming this is a. Pioneer Days model of Seaside. Okay, yeah, Seaside, Oregon, 1899. For verbal description of sites, oops, sorry. Pull once gently on bell, wait 10 seconds. Oh, okay, there's a narration. Okay. Okay, so we'll get the narration here first.
This is Seaside in 1899, the year it was incorporated as a city.
Terrain and buildings are in HO scale, but if the entire diorama had been built to that scale, a layout 200 feet long would have been needed. Obviously, some artistic license was necessary to contain the city in a 17-foot-long space. Your view is to the east, with Tillamook Head on the south and the Nicanacan River flowing north through the middle of the community before entering the sea on your left. The boundaries of Seaside are now quite different than they were in 1899. The railroad tracks just beyond Highway 101 were the east boundary. The west boundary was the Nicanacan River. As you listened to Ben Holliday, who built the Seaside House as a place to entertain potential investors in the Portland to San Francisco Railroad he was promoting. The Seaside House was recognized as the most elegant resort in the Northwest. It served the finest of food in a first-class dining room with lovely silver, china, and linens. Holiday provided boats and canoes on the river, a zoo, and horse racing each Sunday afternoon. Push button number 2. In 1872, Elizabeth Laddie donated land on the east side of the river, just north of Avenue U, for construction of the first public school.
What's going on here?
Yeah, we're over there at the school.
Oh, okay.
Push button number 3.
Okay, now we're on 3.
The
Wait, I can't keep up!
Railroad Company, incorporated in 1899 for the purpose of logging, milling, and production of box factory materials. Generators at the mill produced electricity, part of which was sold for Seaside's first electric service. At one of the first meetings of the City Council, a contract was signed with the Evermans to haul sawdust from the mill as a surface for the county road, now known as Holiday Drive. Push number 4.
What is it?
The yellow and green house on the river, the home of Clara Fisher,
Fisher home?
is still standing today on South Holiday. Push number 5.
What the hell did I say
The
about that?
large gray building east of the river is the McGuire Hotel. Charles A. McGuire became the first mayor of Seaside. He, along with George Nolan and John Logan, drafted the first charter for the city of Seaside. Push number 6. The yellow building in West Seaside is the Grimes Hotel. George K. Grimes owned all the land west of the river from Avenue A north to 12th Avenue and built the hotel in the 1880s. Portland jeweler Horace H. Butterfield, who built the cottage at the location of the present Heritage Center Mall. The cottage has been moved to the museum property where it is now open for visitors.
And we'll see that shortly.
Yes.
Number 10.
10.
When Grimes ran out of room space in the hotel, he set up and rented platform tents for a week, a month, or a whole summer.
Is that where we're at, Tent City?
This was known
Tent
as
City.
Tent City.
Okay.
Light doesn't work. Oh, there it is.
Thank you. We hope you enjoy the rest of your tour of the Seaside Museum.
That's pretty cool. I like models, scale models like that. That's cool. Okay, getting back here towards the back of the building here, we've got a lot of historical photographs around the area.
Jeez.
We've got a lot of hotels. That's just fascinating. I've always loved looking at old photographs of towns and stuff, especially if it's a place I know.
It's like going back, it's like, man, it looked like that?
Yeah.
Does it look like nothing like now?
Oh yeah. And it almost seems that, some of these, I mean, they had a lot of class. I mean, look at this. Especially your big photograph here on the wall here.
Yeah. Well, see, there's something about the old style architecture.
Yeah, they just don't do them like that anymore. But that's...
They built them to last back in the days.
Oh yeah. Promenade there and the whole turnaround and everything, but that's been kind of an icon for Seaside for a long time. These are bathing suits? Is this a human sundial? Yeah. It's like a human sundial. Stand in oval, your shadow falls on Seaside time. Huh. That's kind of cool.
And basically they cover everything from, the economy on up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, work in Seaside. Fun in Seaside.
I don't know what they're talking about. There's nothing to do here.
Unless you want to spend the day on the beach or something.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay, what do we got? Oh, got trains.
Yep. The trains, I just read this, and it's like Spokane, Portland, and Seattle. Daddy trains. Evidently, they loaded up daddies and they came to Seaside.
Huh.
Stopped in 1939. It's like
Oh, wow.
the train
That's like the
roster
actual-
from Portland stopped in St. Helens of all places.
Huh.
The St. Helens station. Train called the Galloping Goose.
Yeah, I was just looking at it, I was like, what the heck is that? That's an odd
The
looking
Mack
critter.
Rail bus, which ran between Astoria and Seaside from 1922 to 1925.
Huh.
Jeez. All that design for 3 years.
Yeah. Seems like kind of a waste. There's a nice one there.
Okay, now we move on to what looks like old style press.
Yeah, I'm guessing a newspaper press there. Wow.
The addressograph.
Yeah, how's that for a typewriter? That looks like a good way to get your fingers jammed.
Yeah. Not to mention other things.
Yeah.
The addressograph. Ain't that a funny thing?
Yeah, and they used to have to put the letters on the little blocks in there, and then they run that through the press.
They don't even have a complete set anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a waste.
What a pain. That'd be a pretty tough way to make a newspaper, but that's how they did it. Back in the day. Oh, okay, here's their different like type settings, different sizes.
The linotype.
Okay.
The old style copy machine, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, here's your first generation Xerox right here. Yeah. Seaside Signal, so that was the local newspaper.
Yeah.
Here's some of the actual printings from them. Yeah, that was a lot of work making a newspaper back then.
Because evidently, from what I was able to tell, they type all the information on the paper first, turn around and take it, run it through, and then put whatever pictures or whatever they wanted to kind of mesh it together.
Yeah. Wow. Even says linotype.
I wonder if that's USB compatible.
You gotta wonder, because nowadays if it's just not compatible, it's obsolete.
Yeah. Butterfield College right now. Cottage.
College.
Oops.
Yeah. So that's it there, and I guess it was moved to where it's sitting now, so that's not actually the original site. Okay, so yeah, we're going to be seeing that, so it'd be nice to know something about it. Cottage built in 1893 in the Grimes Grove, which is now downtown Seaside. Horace S. Butterfield family used it as a vacation home until 1903, when they built other cottages on the ocean front. And that kind of goes into the history of how it was passed on from owner to owner. And eventually, okay, Bert Simpson acquired the property on June 15, 1985. Plans to build the Heritage Square shopping mall. He donated the cottage to Seaside Museum on December 5th, 1984. Butterfield Cottage, same thing. Was moved to 21 North Columbia to 570 Mechanicsville Drive. Its present location, which is right next to the building we're
Right
at.
next to us.
Yep. All right, we're going in.
We're going inside the Butterfield Cottage.
Cottage, not college.
Yes, cottage.
I keep calling it college.
They don't clear the lawn, but all the flowers, in the fall, they come in and clean up. In the spring, they come and replant new ones. They do a nice job.
Yeah. Like the grass got a little bit dried out, though.
Yeah. Well, I think they were killing them. Might have been moss or something.
Oh, yeah.
You get a lot of
Yeah, that
moss
would have
in
done
the
it,
wintertime,
too.
and hasn't come back.
Friendly.
Yeah, this was built way back in the 1800s. You probably saw that at the museum, didn't you?
Yeah.
For the Butterfields. built
1839.
Yeah.
their summer cottage. From Portugal. Now, originally, see, like you saw it over the museum, it was like this.
Right.
And then they added on. And then after they added on, it was up there for quite several years, and then they moved it. Show us when they moved it. So it was pretty small.
Yeah, I see that.
Pretty, again, with really small. Originally, the building was from this here to the arch. Really small. That was the front door. And then there was a fireplace. This wasn't open. There's a fireplace here. Here's the chimney.
Oh, right there? Huh. Wow.
You know, they really built them years ago. They just really.
Oh, yeah.
really built homes, they're pretty sturdy.
You got a ship in a bottle.
It's quite a clock up there.
Yeah, I see that.
My husband made
Seth
grandfather
Thomas.
clocks, and he got from the company where there's a wooden movement, and he was going to always make one, but he never got around to.
I love the smell of the old houses. It smells like old wood. And
Yeah, you can smell the old. Yeah.
yeah.
My daughter here in Seaside, the house I told you DeBois, has this finish in it. This
Oh yeah, yeah.
tongue on the roof, whatever they call it. I don't know what it's called.
Oh right, yeah, where they kind of
Yeah.
hook together like that.
Yeah. Part of the house they have wallpaper, but some of it left like that. Just painted it and left it.
Yeah. So this was the wall then, right here.
Yeah, this was
okay.
it. That was the extent of the cabin.
So then they put new floor in, obviously.
Or extended or something. Whenever they added on, they probably did that. They added on before this move.
Yeah.
A long time before this move. The Butterfields probably added on because the family grew. And
So did people actually?
But they put, of course, like you saw in the museum, they had a hat shop in here. And first there was a lady in here. It's interesting. She had it, and she rented it out. And she tried to get as many renters as you can. Maybe she did when it was small. Anyway, she had a sheet where she separated the kitchen from some of the tenants. Slept on the floor of the kitchen. The irons, and I guess we had those too. I don't remember them, but my sister said Mom had those irons. But I'm sure she did to iron, because
Yeah.
we didn't have no electricity on the farm.
Yeah, my mom has a couple of these.
Does she?
There's no handles on them though. It's just the base, like this.
Well, yeah, they had to use the handle to use them. So
Right.
this-
Right. Yeah. Just
That
the
handle,
handles are
you can
missing.
just take it off and transfer it to the iron. Some way you can just take it off. See the.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Just need
The
one
handle was detachable.
So now then, what's up here? Is that for
Well,
like
that was
bread or
kind of
something?
warming
or-
oven, I
Okay.
guess. I don't know what it
Kinda looks
I think
like.
it opens up, see. No, we
Okay.
have just stuff stored up there. That's a warming oven to keep things warm. Yeah.
What is this thing here?
Yeah, they used to have these to dry their clothes, probably.
And just
Make
keep
use of everything you got.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
not?
Or the
And just
tree
keep it
top.
above the stove. Yeah.
I was told that this here board is just all one board out of a tree.
Whoa.
It's not laminated, it's just all
Right.
one board.
It is cut right there.
Cut right there. It came out of a restaurant, that's why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Fancy what?
Oh, you got the old.
Yeah.
Old products
I thought
there.
my mom heated her water. Actually, she boiled some of her clothes to get them clean, because you couldn't, they wouldn't come clean if there's some, maybe her bedding or something, I don't know. Anyway, she boiled some clothes in it.
Jeez.
Just
And
walking
those-
through here, yeah.
Those tubs like that one hanging on the wall, whatever they call
Yeah.
it. We had a big one on the farm, and we'd take our baths in it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
didn't have no bathtub. Not then, we didn't. That's not the original steps.
Yeah. I
The
didn't
original
think
steps
so.
are narrow, or the old style. Have you ever been in a home where they have the real old steps?
Yeah.
They're real
Yeah,
narrow
yeah.
and steep. And originally, the steps, the wall was narrower too.
Yeah, I was gonna
not
say
that
the
wide.
steps would normally be like maybe
Yeah.
half this size.
Yeah. And I think if they had inside steps, once they came down, had a landing. Because they couldn't have came straight down in that little
No,
place.
no, a lot of them had like spiral or
Right,
something. Just had like a
right,
curve
right,
to it.
yeah. Yeah, there's things up there too. Like night clothes that women wore then.
Here's the kids' room.
That's a child's room. That's
Wow.
an old sewing machine there.
Yeah. Very low ceiling.
Yeah, right. Anybody over 6 foot would hit the
Yeah.
ceiling.
But I guess when you're a kid, it's not gonna matter.
There were probably little people. I think years ago people weren't that tall. We went back.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
that's true. That people
Yeah.
were short back then.
Mm-hmm.
Old style rocking chair. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to bring my wife back here. She loves this. She loves this type of stuff.
Yeah.
And she knows a lot more about it than I do.
About
Like
things
the
like that.
Victorian era and that. Just the.
Yeah, usually women do like.
Yeah.
I know my girls, like that little girl has that dress on in there. My girls would just love to have dresses like that for the little girls.
All right, where are we at?
That's a good question.
We're on the beachfront or our next stop here?
Seattle Coast Aquarium. Seattle.
Okay.
Seaside Coast Aquarium.
Seaside Aquarium, I think.
Seaside Aquarium.
Yeah. Okay, we're here at the Seaside Aquarium and taking a look at the exhibits they got here. They got all kinds of interesting sea creatures for us to look at here. I guess what you're seeing here is a sunflower star. So they've estimated 15,000 tube feet. That's a lot of feet. Primarily for locomotion. Tube feet also aid in opening mussel and clam shells. The shell of the mussel only has to be opened a few millimeters before the sunflower star can extrude its stomach into the shell and digest its meal.
Yummy.
Yummy! That's gross. Okay, I guess this is the actual description of what it is. Typically found in lower tide pools, scouring for sea urchins and chitlins. Sunflower star is found along most of the northern Pacific coast. They are the largest and fastest of the sea stars, moving up to 4 inches in 1 minute. An entire 4 inches in 1 minute.
Wow.
That's incredible. Okay.
That is wicked.
These things don't even look real, man. They're like, wow, wow. This one here is almost green. They don't move a lot. This is a moray eel. Says these cave-dwelling eels inhabit the southern coast of California. Some are found north of Santa Barbara. See, most reside in waters between 60 and 130 feet deep. They can live for about 30 years and reach lengths of 5 feet. Their canine teeth are used to feed on crab, fish, octopi, which is multiple octopus, and shrimp. Moray eels are very timid eels, however, when provoked, they are known to bite divers. That's great.
That's good.
All different kinds of fish here. Looks like this one's grouped with the one next to it. We got Pacific herring, fish they call blacksmith, and blue perch. 3 different kinds of fish in this tank here. They got quite a variety of different sized fish in this one. You got flounders, Pacific staghorn sculpin, a yellow shiner, and a white sea perch.
One looking right at us, besides that mud sucker right there. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And it's all one tank still?
I think so.
Yeah. Looks, Jesus, look at all these small little suckers.
Yeah, you got all the little fish hovering at the top there. This guy down here.
Which, this one?
He's doing some kind of boogie there.
Underwater fungus.
Yeah. All kinds of guys sticking to the sides there. What's this? We got crabs.
Yeah.
Purple shore crabs.
Purple sea urchin.
Well, check these guys out.
I don't know, they look like crab to me.
Yeah, you're right. It's kind of hard to get stuff focused like when it's way back there.
Yeah.
You have to focus like past the glass.
Well, the problem is it's like I turn it a little over this way, it's out of focus. If I turn it back, it ends up clearing up, then back out of focus.
Yeah.
I can't keep it straight.
Yeah, I can get them. Crabs.
Mr.
I
Krabs.
can get them crabs. We got a blood star, a striped sun star, a leather star, mottled star, mangled star.
Mangled star?
No, that's a mottled.
Mangled star. This one here looks like he's standing up. We have ice cream now.
That's like Space Shot.
Yeah, these guys are cool. Reminds me of Metroid. Yeah.
Jellyfish.
Yeah, there'll probably be a lot of SpongeBob references in this part of the trip here.
Are these soft?
Those things are just so weird. I mean, it's like, how can just a glob of something be a life form? You know, this little pond of... Oh, what do we got here?
We've got a big one.
What the heck is that? Okay. Giant Pacific octopus. Yeah. This one I know you can see.
Yes.
That is one scary dude. I wouldn't care to mess with him. He kind of looks like a giant bat or something. And he's just breathing like pure evil.
Breathing like pure evil. It says for years octopi have been falsely portrayed in Hollywood movies as heartless man-eating sea monsters.
Yeah.
Heck, go right with stereotypes.
He's big fish.
Yeah. What? What are you doing?
They got big lips.
Wait.
These are big lips fish.
Blah, blah.
Yeah. That's a big one.
Dinner, anyone?
Yeah. Oh, that sounds good. Died as a result of being dropped by his abductor. Nice and friendly.
Yeah. Really doesn't make for good visual.
No. Oh, I can see him over there. There.
Yeah, fish come too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Seems in
We're almost getting out. That seal fighter with him?
Yeah, they're gonna hop on your side.
That's all you do. Throw one at a time.
There's tons over there, Dad.
Gray whale skeleton. Whale washed ashore near Fort Stevens in 1988.
This whale washed ashore near Stevens State Park in 1988.
This thing was only 9 years old.
Only?
9 years
Yeah.
old. The bones are just painted to preserve. This one is painted.
And if you were to actually be digested by a whale, you would fit.
Yes.
Comfortably.
Comfortably.
I don't think my bedroom's that big.
Well, you can set up shop for the night. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this edition. Hope you enjoyed your tours of the Seaside Aquarium.
And also the Seaside Historical Society Museum.
Not the Historical Society as it's commonly referred to.
Which include the house behind us, the
Yes.
Butterfield Cottage.
Cottage.
Not college.
Not college as we keep calling it. But that's okay. We also want to thank Hilda here at the museum
for showing us around.
Giving us a personal tour of the cottage.
And giving us little tidbits on the house and other fascinating things on the inside.
Yeah. Actually, I think my favorite part was the model. That was cool.
Yeah.
I like stuff like that and pushing buttons and stuff. Maybe it's a guy thing.
Yeah, it's a guy thing.
I like electronics.
Electronics, yeah. That's exactly it.
So it's all good. So yeah, I want to thank Hilda and also want to thank the folks at the Seaside Aquarium for letting us come in and videotape. And I think that's going to about do it.
It's good for me.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. So with that, for Road Trips, I'm Todd Hilton.
And I'm Chris DeBois.
And we'll see you next time for the next edition of No More Videos,
Road Trips!